Manchester United have lost again. And well, they are quite disappointed, quite angry, quite salty. Of course, it was a big game for them. They really had to come away with something. And well, Spurs and Madison, they did the job that was needed. So we're going to look at the reactions. I'm going to start here with Flex and what he said regarding, the goal which was scored by Madison.
Hell, man. You see, look at the way that Son struck that ball, bro. He done well to keep that down. Hopefully that's offside, bro. That's man's only chance. We're cooked. Like man said, literally first 10 minutes and then we concede, yeah, after 12, bro. This team's cooked. Oh my days. And we just had a chance to score just before that as well. Scumbags, bro.
To be honest, it's come to that point where United fans, they're even just beating up their own team. Often when I do these reactions, the people that are watching the game, they're often like, the opposition got lucky, that goal's not allowed. It's more so to do with the quality of the opposition rather than how bad we are. But United fans, they just accepted it. Even complimenting Son's strike, even complimenting, the way that Spurs went about their attack. And to be honest, I agree, Onana made a fantastic save. But United have to be covering the runners in there. Madison cannot have a free run there. Somebody's got to be shielding it, blocking him from making that run. And as for the offside, it was nowhere near offside. United flat-footed. And that's what Spurs can do to you. When they've got their players fit, like Madison, Son's got players in and around him. I know Son wasn't great today, but he has that moments, those quality moments he can produce. We saw it at the Emirates. He was the guy that kept the volley down to put Spurs 1-0 up. There's still quality within him. It's just about, just finding him in those right areas. He's no longer got that blistering sort of pace as he did back in the past. But yeah, Flex, it's kind of just like, wow, this is what we are as a club at the minute, Manchester United. Now let's get on to KG's reaction after the full-time whistle was blown.
KG, I said I will get my revenge. And here I am tonight. Yeah, you man are shit. You man couldn't even score against that dusty Spurs. But the worst thing is, Manchester United, have let Tottenham win their first ever Premier League home game in over 3 months. You man are absolutely embarrassing. Yeah,
you let them win their first home game after 3 months.
It would be us.
It would be us. Let me tell you something, KG. Man United are not winning the FA Cup, and they're definitely not winning that Europa League because
I think the funniest part there is when he's been told that United handed Tottenham their first home win in 3 months. The look around is almost like shock, but then the realization, this is what we are, United. Almost acting as if you're a charity, giving teams wins, giving teams momentum. And I think I'm right in saying this. This is the first time Tottenham have won 2 in a row since they beat Brentford, then United. They've done it now again. It just shows United, they're in the same rhythm, man. It really is disappointing. It's not that they had a poor performance. There was a lot of opportunities. Garnacho should have scored. Xerxes should have scored. Højlund had a couple 1v1s. Dalot had a couple of opportunities. There was chances in there for United to win the game, but they weren't clinical. And it's a common theme of this season. Mikel Merino of Arsenal, playing as a centre-forward, has scored more or the same, actually, in terms of 2 goals as a centre-forward as Xerxes and Højlund in the Premier League. You can't be having that as a striker. And I get why United fans would want a new striker, because it is embarrassing sometimes when you see those 2 up top and the quality they have. You look at Spurs on the other end of the pitch, they've got more difference makers. Tell, I know he wasn't at his best today, but he was in the right areas. He probably should have got a better touch at the end there to score, but he didn't know where Onana was. So there's positivity in that one there for Spurs. But with United, doesn't seem to be much hope. Although there were some positive touches in there from the centre forwards, it was still a very, very disappointing performance. And you can just tell with the United fans, they're just tired, really. They haven't even got the energy to sort of batter Tottenham and attack them for the result.
It's not easy! It's not easy because the damage has been done over the years by the previous shit! I blame Baldy Ten Hag! That's what I blame! I also blame, you're just a skinny Michael Van Gerwen! I also blame the owners! I also blame everybody else who's been running things at this football club, of course.
It's actually quite funny how similar United and Spurs are at the minute. Similar places in the table, 1 point separates them after today. And the way they've reacted and the people that they are blaming prior to this game is the same. Yep, Tottenham, they're blaming Levy. United are blaming Ineos. Ten Hag is getting called a skinny Van Gogh, and so there's a lot of emotions and anger towards the ownership, and I think rightly so, to be honest. Just as me as an Arsenal fan, I'm not a fan of the Kroenkes. What they did in January, they did nothing, left us really short. United, they had a bunch of kids on the bench. Tottenham have had a bunch of kids on the bench for a very, very long time as well, and having to play every 3 days. So there's a lot of neglecting happening from owners in football at the minute, and it is very disappointing, whether it's PSR, whether it is false promises. It is not good at all. And Tottenham versus United, I mean, 2 clowns fighting. Would I say that in a sense? No, not really, but it was kind of one of those games where you're like, wow, these teams are so desperate to win this game, so desperate not to lose this game. It will be massive for either of them just to get over the line and get those 3 points. And like I was saying, Spurs fans were protesting in numbers against Daniel Levy, and rightly so. He's been really poor for them, and he needs to pump more money into the club, into transfers, because Tottenham, they're just going to be on this road of just there. They just are their club, as an Arsenal fan. Tottenham, for me, I just look at them, they're just there, neither challenging for anything really, neither doing awful at times. They're just there, and as a football club as big as Tottenham, you cannot just be there and having not won a trophy for the number of years they haven't, you can't just be there. And of course, to just finish off, let's just talk about James Madison. A fantastic performance from him, back from injury, shushing Roy Keane, who said he said something quite cruel to Madison, in the sense that Madison returning for injury isn't a massive boost. I wouldn't be celebrating if I was a Tottenham player if Madison was back. That's what he said. And Madison took it perfectly, and he scored. He scored, and he shot Roy Keane. He showed Roy Keane that he's a top player and he can deliver in moments. And Madison, for me, I'm a massive fan of him. I think he has the quality in the final third, ball striking. He has an eye for a pass as well. Just so injury prone, really. It's just a massive disappointment that he is, because when he's on his day, on things, he can really impact and influence games. But let us look at the sort of status of the league as you'll have it. Tottenham, they're on 30 points. I think they're around 11 points off of 7th. So for me, Europe is still on. Winning 5 in a row here for Spurs, and the way the Premier League has been, it's a massive opportunity. I'm not sure what their fixtures are, but getting that momentum, getting those wins, it can put them in a fantastic position. As for United, we're at a point now where relegation obviously isn't going to happen, because there's just so much poor quality down there that I don't think a Wolves or an Ipswich have enough quality to really pile on the pressure. I really feel like if United, just get 2 more wins this season, they'll be safe. But that's not where United should be. They should be nowhere near this position. And I get their fans being upset and tired and done with the club, done with Ineos. But there's a lot of players on there that are Champions League pedigree. De Ligt on there, Casemiro, Bruno. These are no scrubs. Xerxes, one of the best players for Bologna the other season. Højlund, a top young striker. So they've got to sort things out. But anyway, that's it for now. Hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, peace.